You're getting the true story here now. We could have been killed 3 times. We may or may not have even seen what we were in search of. I best start at the beginning. Most aquarium stories start in a pet store. Ours started on a dirt airstrip deep in South America with a single question. Can we really catch the fish we've only ever seen behind glass? There were 3 of us. Me, Jake, the American fish nerd with encyclopedic knowledge, and Marley, the Australian who'd jump into any river if someone whispered rare species. We thought this would be a dream trip, a chance to find wild bumblebee Oscars, silver monos, green pacu, and a handful of species so rare, most hobbyists only know them from grainy photos. We had no idea how close we'd come to never going home. We booked a local fishing guide online. He looked legit, friendly smile, pictures with fish. You can guess how this goes. He picked us up at sunrise. Didn't speak much English, but he kept nodding and saying, "Si peces grandes big fish." The river he took us to was wrong. Too still, too murky, too quiet. Then out of nowhere, the guy demands we pay the full tour up front, double what we agreed. We refused. He got aggressive, started shouting. Then he reached under the bench seat. I swear my heart froze. But instead of a weapon, he pulled out our backpacks. He'd already emptied them. Cash gone, phones gone, even Jake's GoPro. He jumped in the boat, pushed off, and vanished downriver with everything. We were stranded, broke, and stupidly the day had only just started. We walked for nearly an hour through the heat until we found a tiny village. People stared at us like we were ghosts. Finally, a man walked over. Old, leathery skin, sun-bleached hat. "Tourist guide?" he asked in perfect English. We nearly cried. His name was Arturo. He'd been fishing the Amazon tributaries for 40 years. He shook his head when we told him what happened. "That man wasn't a guide," he said. "He's part of a group that targets foreigners. You were lucky." Lucky? Yeah, okay. But Arturo was the real deal. And within an hour, we were back on the river, this time heading somewhere that didn't feel like certain death. The jungle was alive around us. Macaws overhead, howler monkeys in the trees. Arturo pointed at a narrow channel. "Bumblebee Oscars live here. They follow the drifting seeds. Drop your line under the fallen logs." Jake hooked one first, a gorgeous striped juvenile, yellow and black like a tiny bee. He held it like it was treasure. 30 minutes later, Marley spotted movement under roots and pulled up a silver mono, shimmering like a chromium coin. But the real rush came when we drifted downstream into deeper water. The line went tight and I felt something powerful drag the rod. A green pacu, solid muscle, powerful jaws, deep emerald scales straight out of a collector's dream. We released everything after documenting, filming, and tagging just like we planned. The next morning, we headed inland toward a lake system known for rare species. Higher altitude, thinner air. About halfway up the mountain trail, Jake slowed down, turned pale, started stumbling. Altitude sickness. It hit fast. His breathing got shallow. He couldn't stand. A small local family took us in, gave us coca tea, blankets, and monitored him for hours. If they hadn't, he would have been another tourist who never made it back. But that wasn't the scariest part. What was scary was the nighttime and the sounds that came from the forest, the howls and the cracks from broken branches and sticks. Our last night in the jungle, and I was woken by breathing. Hot, loud brabra right in my face. I didn't move. I didn't open my eyes, or I'd be the big cat's dinner for sure. "What was it?" I asked Al the next morning. "Jaguar. It would have been a big, big pussycat jaguar." "You very lucky again," he told me. 3 days later, after Jake recovered, we took a taxi toward the city to catch our flight. The driver smiled too much, didn't use the meter, kept checking his phone. Marley whispered, "Chat, something's wrong," and he was right. The buildings got rougher, graffiti everywhere, people staring. We passed a burned-out car. We were heading straight into a favela, and not just any favela. Sirens, gunfire in the distance, helicopters overhead. We saw flashing lights, armored trucks, men in masks carrying rifles. It wasn't random. We had been dropped into the middle of the biggest drug raid in years. Over 2,500 police, hundreds of Red Command gang members, 100+ deaths. This is the truth. It really happened, just 3 weeks ago as of today. But right then, all we knew was this. possible time. The taxi driver had bailed. Just waiting. We scrambled behind a concrete wall as shots echoed up the street. A police officer yelled at us and Portuguese guns raised quickly. Luckily for us, he quickly realized we were tourists. He waved frantically for us to follow as explosions boomed somewhere deeper inside the maze of alleys. We ran behind him down staircases, through corridors, over broken fences, until finally, he shoved us into an armored van. Inside, we just sat there, speechless, listening to the chaos outside the steel walls. It felt like an eternity before they drove us out of the danger zone. I'll never forget the moment the door opened and sunlight hit my face and a different officer said, "You're safe now." I didn't realize I'd been shaking until then. We made it to the airport that night, exhausted, dirty, still trembling. We kept replaying everything. We spoke about it between each other endlessly. I guess talking about it is a way to cope with the sheer enormity of the stress of it all. How could so many near-death experiences happen in 7 short days? The fake guide, the robbery, Jake collapsing, the gangland raid, the gunfire, the escape. Imagine if the cops didn't realize we were tourists, I kept saying. The others knew what would have happened, just like I did. We would have ended up human shields between some gang member and the police, had the good guys not found us first. "I'll never forget this last week," said Marley, and we all agreed. If we knew what we know now, would we do it all again? Fucking yeah. We ain't no pussies. We saw the Amazon in a way most people never will. We caught fish hobbyists dream of. We met people who saved our lives. We met Amazonian villagers, stayed with them in their own homes. We caught the fish we thought we'd never see for real. And we made it home. Jake back to the States. Marley and I back to Australia. Alive. Changed. Not broken, but forever aware of how close we came. But here's the thing. We thought the danger was behind us. Until, 2 weeks later, a small brown package arrived with no return address. Inside was a waterproof camera case, and inside that, a mini chip, hopefully with lots of images that we'd taken before the camera was stolen on it. The exact kind our fake guide stole, and a note that said, "You dropped this. There's something on the footage you should see." What the fuck? I'm gonna have to update you on this story a bit later, but let me say, we did get some amazing shots, underwater footage as well. After experiencing the real Amazon, its roots, shadows, light shafts, drifting leaves and tannins, we came home wanting to recreate that same atmosphere in our own tanks. If you love the Amazon jungle aquarium decoration style, we've designed a full range of Amazon-themed aquarium backgrounds inspired directly by this trip. From dark water vibes to submerged tree roots and realistic jungle canopies, these backgrounds make your tank feel like a slice of the wild river. Made from our top-quality 220 GSM static vinyl, our images are bright, brilliant, and are easily seen through the front glass of your aquarium. Explore our Amazon designs here. www.fishtanks.store. Bring the jungle home without the danger, and without needing to dodge 2,500 police and a gangland raid. Subscribe for more asterisk aquarium adventures, rare fish stories, Amazon explorations, aquascaping ideas, and behind-the-scenes trips from around the world. Lastly, if you started this 3-part series here, go back and watch part 1 and 2 here. Thanks for watching, laters.